And hello everybody, I am back. It is Jeff on another episode of the Mindcrack server, and after last episode's fatal destructive ending, didn't know what I was going to do. I'm really glitchy right now. Hold on one second here. There we go, just tried to restart the recording. It seems to have fixed it, but after the last episode, fatal destructive ending, I almost made it home. Almost. Not quite. Lost a lot of good stuff in the process. That was sad. It was very sad. But I have managed to tunnel my way through the nether all the way over to... There's a portal right down there. I gotta get the best line on this thing, and I don't think this is the line that I want. I don't know if that is either. I need to go back maybe here, and we're gonna make our way down there, and we are going to claim victory for Mushroom Island. And I did some research, I did some looking. It turns out that that is not either of the Mushroom Islands that have already been found on the server, at least not ones that are linked to in the nether portals. So it seems I found... Can I place the block? Oh, I must be in the block, that's why. I'll say this will make it go faster. And I'm going to get down there, and I have realized I am at a very big low for supplies such as diamonds and things of that sort. And I need to go get some more of those, but I wanted to come claim this island for myself. In order to do so, I think I actually need to get... I'm going to set up a little workshop in this area. I already got one. I got all this netherrack that I have absolutely no use for. I need a shovel though, and I just got a text message if you guys didn't hear. I will check it momentarily because I need it to be something for work in the next couple days, but we'll deal with that later. Let's see how destructive this is going to be. I brought with me cobble to enclose this portal as quickly as possible once I get down here. I also brought ladders in order to... Oh no. I'm losing all my sand. Crap, because I have too much stupid things like netherrack in my... Get this sand, get the sand. Doesn't sound like there's that many enemies around here. Yeah, I don't need this thing to be terribly big. Just big enough, basically, for some protection from the elements. And by elements, I do mean ghasts. I don't need to go that far. I actually brought some glass with me, too, because I'm going to put some glass windows in here. That'll be a door. Get to the other side. I actually want to save a lot of this cobble. So, just going to protect this. Did I almost just fall off that edge? I think I almost did just fall off that edge. Give me this back. Get in. Door. We're going to go on the outside. Door set. Nice. Take this glass that I brought so I didn't bring it in vain. Make a nice little... Actually, let's just wrap this whole section right here. There we go. Got a nice viewing window. I don't outside of this side. There we go. Not that you can really see much out of there, but I can look when I go out. Make sure this takes us to the right spot. And beautifully, to Mushroom Island we are. And thank you guys for your comments. I've realized you need a bowl and you just milk this guy. And look at that. I got some delicious food. So I wasted all that time like, give me that. Give me that. that. There we go. So I still can't believe I did what I did. That pick is just... It's like too powerful almost. Let me take this out of here. Go put it in my little cave up here. I can't even pick it up, can I? Too much of this damn netherrack. So over here, I'm making my little sanctuary. So we are going to set up shop right here. Get rid of some of this stuff. And I also, if you notice, I brought an Eye of Ender. The purpose of the Eye of Ender is because somebody suggested I make an Ender chest, and they're absolutely right. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. The problem is, I do not have any... oh, wait, I brought my ladder so I can get back out. I guess I need to work on that. Let me put some of this stuff away. I should have plenty of... Bring some of the wood with me. Sand. My Ender Eye is going to stay. There we go. Basically, I'm going to make my way down and go for... I got a bow, but I have no arrows, so it's almost pointless, but... We're going to go for this anyway. So I believe this is the hole. Yep, this is the hole that I was going down. And you guys will soon see the wonderful cave that it had sprung into for me. So basically, I'm going to go check out this cave. Hope to get some good loot. That was bedrock. I went to the side somewhere here from this bedrock. A little dark right there. Here's where we went to the side. And so I'm at a level where I should be able to get diamonds. Actually, I've already gotten a bunch of diamonds from here, but you watched the bittersweet ending to those. Oh, that was lava that I saw. Okay. So I can get my obsidian and make an ender chest. Oh, I don't have a bucket of water, do I? I do not. I need to get me a hold of some water before I take that on. Man, I should really get some water before. There's water right up there. I just need a bucket, which I did not bring. And in this version of the game, I cannot make a wooden bucket. Not that I know if the wooden buckets actually are able to hold water. I just saw a B00 make it. There's redstone, which I also need. But now I need iron, actually. Ooh, that's not my weapon. Where's the iron? There we go. Wait, where was it? There was some iron over there. A lot of iron over there. I gotta get to it, though. I hear lots of spiders. I need to turn on my game sounds. They're really, really low. I don't even remember how to do that in here. Music sound. They're right here. Huh. There we go. So basically, today is going to be trying to get myself reorganized from the destruction that has happened to me in the last episode, and hopefully not make some of the same mistakes again. That one's not even worth it yet. Does that loop up and around? It may. I basically just need to create a furnace over here, which means I need another work. Whoa, whoa, buddy. You just slowly... Do you really exist? Are you caught in an infinite loop? Okay. We're gonna let you be for a moment. And just kind of... Of course. Of course. Whew. So I need this furnace. I also would utilize some coal. I could use my wood. I didn't bring an inordinate amount of wood with me, though. I'm sure I can find some wood, some coal somewhere, like right here. I know there's some in my stairwell. Go, there's some coal right there. I'm just afraid because it's really light under me. I'm pretty sure it's lava. I'll come back and grab that gold in a minute too. I guess right now while I'm here. But that is not what I came for. I came for you. Grab this iron. And so one thing that I can talk about today is I think I touched on this before, but we're going to talk about it again and then expand on it a little bit more. Is I'm taking right now a class that's called EVOC, and it's Emergency Vehicle Operations, and it's for my fire department. And what happens in EVOC is you learn how to. Well, I guess I don't need to grab this stuff. Oh, that I already am. I was going to say I should start smelting things before I start grabbing all the stuff, but I guess it was already in progress. There we go. You need to give me arrows, because I don't have any arrows. Did you give me arrows? You gave me arrow. That is not what I asked for, sir. But EVOC is Emergency Vehicle Operations. And it is to learn, this first stage that I'm in now is to learn how to drive the ambulance. It's not just driving, you got to learn all the mechanics of it, all the components of the engine, how to, safely check out the apparatus, like all this stuff. It's a couple-week class, like, or it's about a month, but it's like, a couple hours on Wednesday and then Saturday. Oh, there is. Okay, that must have been lava. I was thinking that was a dungeon. Holy crap. Look at that craziness. Man, that's pretty sweet, actually. I wonder how high this goes. I'll have to come back and check that out later. Either way, that water is a little farther away than I want to get to at the present moment. So I'm sure I have enough for this bucket now. I do. I have enough for 2 buckets. I only need 1. And now let's take this bucket and let's go get... Let's get up here and get this water supply. Oh, there's a couple of them right here. Take this water supply. I have to come attack you. Oh, if you push me back too far. Woo! You only got 1 good hit on me. Thank God. Alright, so we're going to learn about an ender chest now. So I think I need 8 pieces of... This is very dangerous, so it's going to go away. There we go. I don't necessarily need to grab from here, but I can also grab from here. And it might not be detrimental. So in this EVOC class, we're learning a lot of things such as, not just the vehicle operations themselves, but like the some laws and things like that. And one thing I've always been intrigued by is the fact that when I was in Michigan, I had to take a defensive driving class once, and yes, I had to take a defensive driving class because I had gotten a speeding ticket. It was not for anything like major, but it was for a speeding ticket, and it got it reduced down to a non-moving violation, like a faulty equipment. If I went and took this class, they would lower it to a non-moving violation, so therefore I wouldn't get any points on my record. And I think I'm underwater. I don't want to hit this when I'm underwater. So I took this defensive driving class, didn't get any points on my record. This class was actually really enjoyable. It was taught by a guy who does it for a living. I mean, there's anybody there from... he's a former retired cop, and he now teaches the defensive driving class to people who either are court ordered to take it for like drunk driving or something like that, or people who take it to get sentences reduced on speeding tickets or whatnot. And there's also some people actually just take the class in order to help them. I must still be considered underwater or something, but it's too late now. This block's got to break any second, right? right. Oh, I was gonna say, don't even tell me it didn't break. Ugh. Let's get a bunch of obsidian, actually, is what I need to do. Okay, I need to get this water in a much better position in order to do this. And just put it down here. There we go, because that'll work for this. But I learned something really cool. And this is just in the state of Michigan, so don't take it back to like wherever you're at and say that it's, you know, it is equivalent in your state too, just because it is in Michigan, because that's not the case. But in Michigan, the right turn on a red rule, that law actually has a couple components to it, and it involves turning right on a red light from like a two-way street to a two-way street. So that's then you're driving down the road, you come to a stoplight, you can proceed on right after you stop. You can proceed right on the red after you stop to make sure no traffic is coming and things like that. That's part one of this law. Part two of this law actually is in regards to from a one-way street to a one-way street. So that's saying if you're driving on a one-way street somewhere and you are turning left, it's a left turn from a one-way street to a one-way street. So if you're driving on a one-way street and you're turning left onto another one-way street, you are allowed to do that on a red light also under the right turn on red law. And most people know about that law, and most people utilize that law and understand the concept of it. The one that people don't know, I did not know this before this class, and I graciously took this advice and was able to actually utilize it many times, is the third part of the law, in like I said, in Michigan, has to do with the... God damn it. Okay. So this is a good one I can get. But it has to do with the fact that you're allowed to turn left on a red light from a two-way street to a one-way street. And it sounds strange, but it is basically the example that he gave was a specific set of roads in Michigan. For anybody who's actually in Michigan and Flint, B-dubs will like this. But on Hill Road, if you're driving down Hill Road, which is just a normal, it's like 2 lanes in each direction too. So 2 lanes going north, 2 lanes going south, or actually 2 lanes going east, 2 lanes going west actually. But there's also a left turn lane in the middle. But if you're turning from that road onto the expressway, onto US 23, down there by the Meyer and things like that, for those of you who want some, you know, some knowledge of what's around in the Flint area, yes, we have a Meyer. We have many, but you are allowed to do that on a red light, which sounds asinine. It sounds crazy, but it actually is part of the law in Michigan, and it's amazing to be able to utilize that law. Like, I've done it before. I've actually had cops stop me before for doing it, and then I would kind of like inform them of this law. They would have to go back and look it up, and it kind of like, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, it's something like, it seems so unnatural to do that a lot of officers don't even actually realize it's there. My dad's a cop, and I went home from this class, and I told him about it, and he was telling me, no, there's no way that that's true. He pulled out his motor vehicle code book and looked through it, and he's like, holy shit, like, you're right, I never ever knew that. And it's just one of those crazy things. Well, one of the things in this class is I asked them if this was the case in Maryland, that this could also be done. Oh, actually, we know that there's a it's not what I wanted. Oh no, I lost my water. Shit, that was dumb. Crap. It's okay. I only need 1 more of these things to make 2 ender chests, so we'll be good. But I asked them in my class about this, if this was like, if we're going to be like driving, about the laws, and if it worked like that in Maryland. And not only did the lady look at me like I was absolutely insane, but she told me that in Maryland, apparently, she didn't even know of any states that you were allowed to turn left even from a one-way street to a one-way street on a red light. Like, that's apparently not even legal in Maryland. I'm not sure how accurate she is on that. She's not a police officer. She doesn't enforce the law. She just teaches this class, so she might not just know all the idiosyncrasies of it. But either way, we were talking about laws, is how this whole conversation got brought up. And you know what I'm going to do? Just in case that ever happens again. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Nether brick. That's fine. Or another rack. Put that there, and I'm going to go with this other piece of... I'm going to go with this other water supply to... And I have an infinite spring down here, just in case I accidentally do that same thing again later. Ah, and the water's gone. There we go. Okay, but now the big thing is making the ender chest, which I did not bring the stuff with me to make the ender chest with, which was dumb. But, well, get that smelting and we'll go back upstairs and we'll go check it out. That was really dangerous. Was it up here that I came from? Yeah, because this is where I got all that stuff from before. How did I get out of here? Down here. Ah, yeah, here we go. So we're going to make our way back up. Just I want to make this ender chest, so I have a good way to get all my stuff back if something horrible happens to happen again. Though, I mean, I'll be carrying a lot of stuff on me, but one of the things I was thinking is I was so far away, I was thinking about dying, and it would have been nice if I could have just thrown my stuff in an ender chest and died and gone back home and gotten it. But we were talking about the law in this class, and one of the laws that got brought up is that it is illegal to drive with headphones in. And everybody's like, and it was really strange because everybody in class is like, yo, yeah, of course it is. And I was like, why is that illegal? They said, well, it's distracting. And I said, okay, I understand your point that it may be distracting, but how can you... ender chest. Ender chest. Ooh, I'm going to put a string in there. Now I have a string wherever I go. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm here. I think I can pick this up with a pick? A diamond pick? I cannot. And you get everything. Oh no, I don't have a blaze rod. I did not bring any extra blaze powder when I was testing that. Well, that kind of made that whole thing. Oh no, you know what? I know exactly where I can go get blazes. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's take an episode where we plan on not getting very far, because I know where that fortress is. All I want to do is go, because I do have ender pearls on me. So all I need is the blaze powder in order to make it into an eye of ender, in order to finish that chest off. So I am here in the fortress. I didn't bring my pick with me. Can I not get into this thing? Whoa, shit, I almost just fell. I might need to go grab a pick. I might make a pick, because I would think that's going to be really bad to lose another good diamond pick just on this like suicide run mission, when I now finally have a good method of getting back and forth. But we were talking about the headphones, and they kind of thought I was crazy at the fact that I didn't think it was going to be, it should be something that was illegal, and everybody kept stating in class how it's so distracting. You can't hear sirens, you can't hear, you can't hear people yelling, you can't hear, police cars, etc., etc., etc. And I said, yeah, but I don't understand that. For one, deaf people can drive. And they said, well, yeah, deaf people are allowed to drive. Why wouldn't they be? And I said, well, your concept is that wearing headphones is too distracting to do anything else. You can't hear things that are going on. Deaf people can't hear that stuff anyways. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me how you could say, yeah, well, you can drive because you're deaf, but you can't drive with headphones on because then you can't hear. I mean, that concept doesn't exactly match up in my mind. But besides that, they bring up the excuse on that one of, well, deaf people have gone on, most of their lives and have been able to, make up for their senses with other things. Okay, I understand that concept. If I get old and start going hard of hearing, that doesn't make it so that I can't drive anymore. Just because I am hard of hearing doesn't mean I can't drive. What if I have a hearing aid and the hearing aid doesn't work? On top of that, is a hearing aid considered, headphones in my ear? And then let's get to the, here to go. So this is that blaze spawner that I tried to... I threw torches around it to really minimize its spawning. Sorry, B-dubs. Oh, I apparently... Nope, I didn't stop it spawning. Where is it, though? I need its rod. I need its rod. He needs to be able to not drop it. Not drop it in somewhere where I can't. Oh, shit. Oh, hide. And on top of that, what about the whole concept of a hands-free phone is pretty much based on the fact that you have headphones in your ears and are able to listen to a phone call without having to have a phone to your ear. And people were kind of baffled at that. They were like, well, yeah, I said, that's the only legal way to drive. And they said, well, yeah. I said, how does that make any sense then if that's the only legal way to drive by actually saying that it's illegal to do so? And that concept, like I said, these people, they don't make the laws. They teach the laws and stuff that they know. But this is actually a legitimate... God damn it. This is a legitimate law that exists out there, and it's one of those ones that's kind of fundamentally flawed. Oh shit, that's another one. Oh crap. I'm dead. And I'm dead. Good thing that's why I came with very little items to go out there with. And after just telling, oops, I don't know where the hell I'm going. I don't necessarily want to make that walk all the way over there right now, but it was going to bring me to the concept of even so, that being the case, let's say that there's some random stipulation that gets it so that, you know, having one earphone in is allowed, but having two in is not allowed. Like, and there's a whole big argument that you can have with that one too, because there's many Bluetooth headsets out there that are stereo headsets in order to have better conversation. But it also brings me to the whole concept of the hands-free legalities with headsets and things like that, and how that system is fundamentally flawed. Because a friend of mine just this weekend actually got a $100 distracted driving ticket for being parked at a red light. Somebody text messaged her. Her phone was in her lap. She glanced down, hit the button on her phone to look at the text message, didn't respond back, and just sat there at the red light. The officer, I don't know if he stopped her at the red light or if he like pulled her over right after, but he said, you're texting while driving. And she said, no, I'm not texting while driving. I'm sitting at a red light and I didn't even respond to anything. I just looked at my phone. And he said, well, that's part of the, that's distracted driving. Okay, wait a minute here. How is looking at a phone distracted driving? I understand the concept is that you leave your phone, or you're taking your eyes off the road to look at something else. What is the concept of a radio? I mean, you can learn the buttons on your radio so that you really don't have to look at it, but radios have stations, they have channels, they have a clock on there. No matter what you're doing, you're taking your eyes off the road for a minute in order to make this stuff work and actually change the channel or look at what time it is or anything like that. On top of that, if you want to go with the hands-free headset, there is absolutely no hands-free headset out there that is completely voice activated. And I started to say this to somebody when we were talking about it the other day, and they disagreed. They said, no, my car's voice activated. I said, really? I said, how do you make a phone call? Well, I just tell them who I want to call. I said, how do you start this process? Well, I hit the button. Really? What button do you hit? Oh, well, it's the button on my steering wheel, or it's the button on my radio. Okay, so is that really hands-free? Well, it is after you hit the button. Well, that's exactly what a phone call is, too. You hit the button. I can have my phone on speaker in my lap. I still have to hit a button to make it dial. You have to hit a button to start the process. You can't just look at a phone and be like, phone, call. You have to hit something to start this process. The whole concept is fundamentally flawed, and people don't seem to get it. I'm not saying that texting while driving is a good thing. I will admit that I have done it before. I mean, most of us, I believe, are going to admit that we have, but you can't base these laws on with all these different loopholes in them and then enforce them in such a way that it doesn't make sense. How do you get a ticket for having your phone in your lap when you're not texting? You hit a button to glance at your phone because you hit a button and it shows you right there what it is. That's the same concept you're going to do if you're going to make a phone call with a hands-free system, quote-unquote hands-free system. It's people need to think about these laws before they either enforce them or hopefully before they actually go into actual like action and into a law itself. I mean, how can you have a law that says that you can't have headphones in your ears when you're driving, when you allow deaf people to drive, you allow people who are hard of hearing to drive, you allow, and you make a law that also makes it so you have to have a headset in order to talk on the phone to make it legal. Yet that concept is illegal in itself. Like, people just need to think before they do things. But anyways, that's my rant for the day, and I will see you guys next time.